welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Shawn.
Hi.
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 Hi. Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for being here, everybody. This is a podcast where we talk about our comic book collection with crass sincerity. What that exactly means, I haven't quite figured out yet, but
Not sure yet.
it means that we swear and we enjoy our books, but we also like to make fun of them.
Yes.
Something to that effect.
That sounds right.
And also want to mention, I don't know if there's any new listeners, because our good friend Ken Reed dropped his episode of TV Guidance Counselor.
Yes, that was such a fun thing to record.
Yeah, we were guests on that, and we talked about a TV guide from like 1995.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was October. It was.
I think that's right.
Yeah, because it was wait, it was. I think it was mid-season.
Oh no, it was mid-season because I think we were talking about a couple shows that were like, what?
Yeah, we were like, oh, that's there. Okay.
Yeah.
But that was a lot of fun because it's just remembering it, like we do a lot on this show. Remembering things and just being, and just unlocking these,
Feeling
these
our age, really.
Yeah, just having like nostalgia for random ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Ken's really good at that. His show is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You should really listen to it. And
You should.
check
Ken
out.
knows a lot of stuff too.
Dude, Ken is so sharp on that stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like he's kind of like me with wrestling sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Like he knows about actors and shows, and like it's just there. Like there's that one thing he mentions. It was like in the beginning when it was like about that actress that was on Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
Oh yeah,
And I was like, oh well, this actress, whatever, and he knew exactly like the reason for it,
like why she wasn't on there anymore. Because somebody had written a letter.
Yes.
To the TV Guide asking
A letter.
Where, yes, because that's what she used to do back then. You had to write letters, asking where that actress went. And there was like some, fluffy answer, but Ken knew the exact reason that she wasn't on the show.
But yeah, that was awesome. So please check out his podcast.
It's fun.
It's great. And he will, hopefully, we'll have to get him back on this show at some point again, too, talking about something even wackier that he talked about, because that was a lot of fun talking about that Captain Strong Superman comic. So
yes.
That was awesome. The other thing I wanted to talk about before we get into our book, just a few things, actually, because I've had a chance to read a few new things. One of which I didn't expect to read because you bought it.
I did.
It was the new FURY of Firestorm miniseries.
Yeah, and I had seen it. Like, I just happened to go into the store because I had to buy some stuff.
Yep.
I had to buy my Sirens Love Hurts thing, and I just happened to walk by and see. I was like, oh, that's right, Firestorm's coming out with a new one, and the cover was really cool. So I'm like, I'm going to get this.
It's Jeff Lemire, who is known for all sorts of wacky stuff. I know him most from doing Animal Man, New 52 stuff that ended up popping off pretty big. But he's obviously known for much more things.
Of course.
You told me you were like, I was like, oh, I read this. This is much darker than I realized.
It was much darker than I expected.
Yeah, for Firestorm, yeah, absolutely. Because the way that I've always understood Firestorm was a bit more from his 80s representation of being like a young hero who does wacky thing. Not whack. I mean, it's wacky and there's whatever, but it's a dual personality in his head, and he can arrange things at a molecular level and all that stuff. And, and then towards the end of the book, John Ostrander jumped in, and it became more like there's some ecological stuff going on, which actually I've been reading too, because I have, because Red Tornado's in it, the Elemental War, which is like towards like it's like in like the last like 10 issues of the comic. And there's like a short run there, and it's pretty cool. Like, it's pretty cool stuff. We're actually going to do that. I think we're going to do that on the show eventually. Yeah. But I've just kind of associated him with that, just being a bit more of a, I don't want to say kiddie thing, because his outfit is always.
I think they kind of nod to it.
Of course they nod to it, but it's just.
But no, like when, just kind of like the gist of it for anybody who hasn't read is just like Firestorm is kind of being possessed by something.
Right.
But what is his name?
Ronnie Raymond.
Right. Yeah. He's still in there.
He's still in there.
But he keeps going through more of like that kiddie sort of like, woohoo, I'm flying around as Firestorm and I'm saving people. Like he's
in
like,
his head.
exactly. That's in his head. So whatever is like possessing him is making him like see that again. So there is a little bit of a nod to what it was before.
But there's something going on where whatever's controlling Firestorm is like a more of a malevolent force, and it's fucking with this town in Colorado.
Yeah, I did not look up to see that as an actual town in Colorado.
I can't remember what it was, but it was like he turns it into like people to chalk or something.
Yeah.
And then like soldiers go in, they're like, "Hey, Firestorm, what's going on?" He just kind of
he's just killing
people. Vaporizes them.
Yeah.
It's wild. And then they bring in Lorraine Riley, who's Firehawk, who
she looks pretty cool.
Well, she's wearing the costume that her actual, like the costume I'm familiar with. I thought it was like a different costume. It was going to be a different costume, but I saw it, I was like, oh, that's because she has one of the more unique costumes.
Sure.
That's out there. And so they bring her in to talk to Ronnie because they used to have like a relationship. And
it's her ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend and all that. Yeah. So it just, that's kind of where things are going. And we'll see if I keep up with it or maybe I just wait for a trade. But I do like it.
I did enjoy it. I actually was surprised how much I liked it because I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. I went in completely cold and I was like, oh, this is much darker than I expected.
And then I also read the new Wonder Man. There's a new Wonder Man miniseries out. And I read the first issue of that. And to me, it's a nod to classic Wonder Man being, an actor guy who also is a superhero, but at this point he's kind of washed up, and he's also wearing this time around. He's wearing the safari jacket, and whatever this, I don't know if this is the same reality or whatever, but this is what's going on. And he's known for being in a movie called My Uncle's a Superhero.
Okay,
which
that's funny.
Cool, but yeah, he's not as much of a big star anymore, but he's like a fixer for like studios, the movie studio that he works for. So like I guess it's like a Disney or whatever, but it's not Disney.
Well, obviously.
And he's there to like, there's like an actor that he was like friends with that stole $13 million from a streaming service that asked him to do a travel show, and the money just disappeared.
Nice.
And so Wonder Man's trying to figure it out or whatever, and Hellcat's there, and we're gonna see how she's gonna interject herself, and it's basically what because I saw like Marvel promoted on like Instagram, and people are like, this is what the show should have been.
That's kind of what I expected the show to be. I still liked the show. It's just it wasn't what I expected.
It wasn't. Yeah, this is more of what I expected, and you could have did it regardless of the same actors. Just
absolutely,
tweak that, because people are already are watching and they're like, oh, this is just Trevor Slattery that he's dealing with in this comic. It's kind of like you could have just did that here. You could have did that on the show or whatever. It's like the comic doesn't figure it out. So
yeah,
at least to me it does. I mean, it's the first issue only, so
see how it goes.
I dig it.
I'm sure Marvel will reboot it. That's what they do.
What?
Marvel just like resets everything to number one. They're like worse.
Well, it's
than
just
DC.
a miniseries, so it's not.
So there, you might actually get the end of it. That's exciting.
So what have you read lately?
So obviously I've been reading the Sirens book, which the tone's all over the place. That thing just bounces from like serious murder to everybody's fucking and having a good time. I wish you'd pick one, but it's only 4 issues, so it's going to be over like next month or whatever. So
yeah, I read a little bit of it. We talked about it a little bit.
We did
too. It's more for you than for me.
It's again, you want to show me like I will read something where it's just focusing on these characters fucking. That's all. You could just give me that. I will be fine.
Yeah.
I don't need
plot.
Well, it's they can have plot with that. It's just like this weird like they talk like they're 20. And they're like, oh my God, we have to like protect the women of the city. But they don't like care about the women of the city. They care about going to brunch and like trying on dresses. Like it's very weird.
It's Sex in the City, but with superheroes.
Yeah, kind of. And you're just like, okay, I mean, pick a tone, man. So, and the art is obviously very sexy and fun. So I read that. And then I read the latest issue of Action Comics where like Martian Manhunter and Booster Gold and Mary Marvel come into whatever time it is where Clark is Superboy, but there's also phones with text messages, so I don't know if this is the same as our like the current reality.
Is it the It Follows universe?
I don't know.
That'd be great.
And they're like, we
Martian
can't.
Manhunter's just getting followed by a ghost.
Yeah, because like shit's going on with that. So that was kind of fun. There was a really cute variant cover. And then I also was reading Black Canary, Green Arrow, Batman in Detective Comics.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of, I don't know what's going on with that one.
Okay.
But we'll find out. I will give it a chance because I do like it. I mean, I like it in general. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Maybe I can do a podcast about comic books. No, everybody does a podcast about comic books. Maybe I can do a podcast about TV shows. Now, there's a lot of podcasts out there covering TV shows. I know a podcast about movies. It's too general. A lot of people do podcasts about movies. Star Wars movies. No, everybody talks about Star Wars movies. I need to do a podcast that covers movies and television shows and comics and all the pop culture I loved growing up. Wait a minute. The Pop Culture Basement Podcast, hosted by me, Mike Jamison, covering all the pop culture that I consumed and that we consumed during our formative years. Now available on all reputable podcast platforms. Join us down in the basement.
But today we're not going to talk about Black Canary or Batman, but we are going to talk about Superman and Phantom Stranger.
Yes. We're going to talk about Superman and Phantom Stranger. And a little bit of Hourman.
Yes, I will tell you, I didn't read that Hourman. I looked at it.
Oh, you didn't read it?
No, I didn't think we were going to talk about it.
Oh, I figured, why not? It's only 8 pages. It promises at the top of the comic here. 8 more thrill-packed pages. Did you not want more thrills?
No, I did not want more thrills. I had enough thrills.
Oh.
I actually didn't realize we were going to read it. That's why I didn't.
I just assumed we just read it. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, we can still talk about it.
We'll go through it. It's not really that much. Really.
No, I mean, there are some fun drawings in it, I will say.
DC Comics presents number 25 from September 1980. Superman and the Phantom Stranger. It's a split comic.
Split cover.
Split cover where you have. And actually, I just noticed something here really funny. It says, "From a star-spanning showdown to the fiery pits of hell, our heroes must save the soul of John Ross or lose their own."
Sure.
And Superman, on one half, you got Superman smashing through a ship. In the comic, we'll learn that these are like drones.
Yes.
But I just noticed there's this on the cover here. You just see a little people.
Oh,
here.
You do see that? That was really funny.
Just
I didn't even notice that.
You just see something like, ah!
Please don't murder me, Superman.
So Superman is murdering people on one side, and then on the other side,
he does that a lot.
Oh yeah, he can't help it.
Yeah.
And then you have Phantom Stranger squaring off against I think her name is Tala.
Yes, it's Tala. Tala is actually the girl in Justice League Unlimited that ends up having sex with Flash when he's in Lex Luthor's body.
Wait, I thought that was Enchantress.
No,
that was a different.
It's Tala.
Oh, it's her.
Yeah,
it's one of Phantom Stranger's many rogues.
Yeah, it's her,
and she is zapping at Phantom Stranger. And then you have this kid's stupid face in the beginning here.
Yes,
and also introducing a sensational series. Whatever happened to this issue's superhero update?
Oh, it's update.
Yeah,
nice.
These are updates. So the story is called Judgment Night, which immediately makes me think of that movie Judgment Night. Which have you seen that movie Judgment Night?
I don't know what's that about.
It's definitely Emilio Estevez. I want to say Ethan Hawke and the Piv, Jeremy Piven. Oh,
jeez. Okay.
And Dennis Leary's in it too.
Okay.
So all the stars are out.
Apparently.
And it's about these guys who are going to like a basketball game, and they're driving in like a tractor trailer, like a camper kind of vehicle.
Okay.
And the traffic's too heavy, so they take a detour through a bad part of town.
Nice.
And they run over some guy that's being chased by some drug dealers.
Okay.
And then they're being chased by the drug dealers. No.
Sure.
And it's chaos ensues. It's actually, I haven't seen it in a very long time. It's probably not very good.
Probably, yeah.
But Dennis Leary shoves Jeremy Piven out of a window.
Nice.
To his death.
That's kind of cool.
So if that's something that you want to see, you can see it there.
Yeah, nice. All right, good to know.
What's mostly known for is its soundtrack.
Okay.
Because this is like 95.
Okay.
And it was one of those ones where it was like rap and rock.
Yeah.
So it was very distinctly like Biohazard and Onyx.
Oh, okay.
Right? Which I'm trying to think of the other ones. It was Faith No More and the Booyah Tribe.
Okay.
Helmet and somebody else. And there's a lot. That's the whole album. So it was like, it's kind of like for before nu metal and rap metal took off.
I mean, before Jay-Z and Linkin Park.
Yeah. This is what the blueprint was. This is ground zero.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it's mostly known for, to me at least.
Okay.
But that's not happening in this comic.
No. Jeremy Piven does not get shoved out a window. I will say, like, where it's like team up, Phantom Stranger, and Superman.
Are you talking about these pictures up here?
Yeah, I'm just talking about how like it's supposed to be a team up between these two. They talk in like 2 panels.
That's true.
And then they never see each other again.
Yeah, they don't even talk at the end. They're just kind of like, it's like, oh, I guess everything worked out.
Yeah, guess that's okay.
I do like these little drawings that they have though, because they have these 2 drawings of the characters up here, and they're kind of like looking at each other, like, "Hey, what are you doing over there?"
Yeah,
like
what's going on?
They're gonna fight.
Yeah,
but we start off with Pete Ross.
I think this is now. I mentioned this like last episode, or maybe the episode before that. I was reading that Superman in the 70s, where Pete Ross is just like so upset at Superman that he like lures Superboy into the now and like switches bodies with him so he can kill Superman.
Okay.
And I don't know if it is this, like if we're continuing that's in here. That. It is, because it's the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how, I forget what year that is, but it might be close to this.
It might be, because we'll mention in a second here, but madness, the final disease of the soul, but does it begin with an act, a thought, or merely a deed undone?
It just begins with Pete Ross ripping up posters of Superman.
Pete Ross ripping up. Pete
apparently
Ross,
12 hours a day.
Pete Ross ripping up every single post. They just keep giving him posters.
This is what I didn't understand. I'm like, they just keep giving him posters, and then we see at the end, they don't clean it either. No. It's just, he's sitting in a room with no furniture and just wads of paper. So all they do, they just walk in and they're like, "Hey, Pete, we're not going to like counsel you or like get you to do arts and crafts."
Well, they do try.
Whatever.
They try some sort of treatment that we don't see. They're like, it didn't work. He just keeps ripping up these papers.
Yeah, and I'm just like, wait, what?
But what's going on? What the deal is that Pete is upset with Superman because
something Pete's son.
His son has been taken to another world in another time
by, I think, the Legion.
The Legion, because he's going to be like some John Connor kind of dude.
Yeah, he's going to be like some general when he grows up. So they have taken him to another planet to prepare.
Yeah, but Superman was like, "Oh, I'll go get him back," and then
they were like, "No, Superman, you can't
because it'll mess up the timeline." And and then Superman just kind of gives up on it.
Yeah,
he's like, shit, I can't do it.
In this one, Superman says, "Fuck the timeline," but only because things are happening to him.
Yeah. But
not
Pete,
because he cares.
Not because he cares about what Pete's condition is, but
no.
But Pete's upset.
He doesn't care.
And that's why he's mad, because Superman, he just went insane, and now he's just ripping up posters 24 hours a day.
Which is so funny.
We check in with Superman in the Fortress of Solitude, and he is vacuuming.
This is,
if you ever want to see Superman vacuuming,
this is very funny. I
think I took a picture of this a very long time ago.
It will make our
100%
our thing. But it's one of those old school, like huge vacuums with the hose.
Oh yeah. Somebody's got a light on it too.
I bet it does. It's pretty impressive, I have to say. And he's like, the way he's lifting it, just the way he's standing.
Yeah.
There are some really odd drawings in this. There's also, we get Superman's O face here in a minute, and I hope it's like a couple panels.
Oh yeah. Well, real quick, I should mention the team behind it, because Paul Levitt's writer, Dick Dillon and Frank McLaughlin artist, and Ben Oda letterer, and Gene D'Angelo colorist, and Julius Schwartz editor. So there you go. So you want to blame the O face on somebody.
Because we do get it, and I really hope that Lois is like keeps her eyes closed. Because what is this?
Because he's doing this, and he's like, man, it's hard to clean. I mean, I don't mind doing it, but these chemicals I have all over the place is kind of
apparently he did not before he lifted up the table. He just left open containers of extremely dangerous chemicals just on top of it.
Yeah, he didn't. He doesn't take them off. He doesn't like secure them in some way. Nope. He's just lifted it like a 1910s strongman.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, he gets a pain in his side, like side or his chest or whatever, stomach, whatever, and he goes, "Yow!"
Yeah, but the face,
yes.
It's that is his like. I hope that is not what Superman looks like when he comes.
Oh. Yeah, well,
because again, Lois, close your eyes, girl.
It looks. It could be close.
It could be.
That's when the Man of Steel engages with the Woman of Tissue. This is what it looks.
Here's the thing: if anybody had ever let women write this shit, we would never have had this argument.
I know,
because there are so many other things you can do. She could just get on top and get off when he's gonna.
Yeah,
he can still fuck. Like the idea that Superman can't fuck is ridiculous. He has fingers. He has a tongue.
He sure does.
He can figure this out.
Move fast.
You better believe it. He can figure this out. He can still be intimate with women. Or men. Whatever he wants to do.
You know it.
Yeah.
But he's like, ow, this really hurts. And then he drops this table and he grabs all this stuff.
Yeah, because he's like, oh my God, everything's going to fall and it's going to, like, destroy the
Vaporize
fortress.
the fortress.
I'm like,
wouldn't it be great if that's what happened?
That'd be so funny.
If the fortress...
So Superman was vacuuming and... Try to explain.
Clark, what happened to your house?
Try to explain that to Batman. Try to explain to Batman.
You were vacuuming. Wait, I could have sent Alfred over.
Not only that, but like try to explain to Batman that you left a bunch of fucking chemicals open on top of a table and then picked them all up.
Yep.
I feel like that would be a lecture from which you would never recover.
Yep. Oh, you hear it out forever.
Yeah.
That'd be the one thing that would, of all the reboots that happen, that would be the one thing you just keep bringing up.
Absolutely. He's never going to let that, he's never letting you live that down.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Rightfully so. So Phantom Stranger just shows up randomly and Superman's like, what are you doing here? And
he's like, oh, no, not you.
And Superman's, he's kind of like, hey, you're...
in my house.
You just kind of, he's like, you just show up wherever you want, don't you? He's like, I go where I'm needed. And so he's like, all right, well, you're here.
He exists outside of like time. You can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's kind of doing what he wants.
He's a specter, sort of.
And
I think I don't really know what he is.
Doctor Strange. Phantom Stranger's like, hey. So I heard you go yow, and that's why I'm here. And he's like, Superman's like, well, that has to do with magic because that's probably the reason why you're here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, so what's going on? But I do like this when he's explaining this. Superman is like, I don't know if he's on the ground or on his table. And he's holding his knee.
Yeah,
he's doing a Peter Griffin where he's like,
no, you know what he's doing? He's like when you cross your legs and you put your hand over your knee.
Oh, like a nice civilized sit.
Yeah, exactly, a civilized sit because you're thinking, having to think about something.
Superman crosses his legs. Oh, I'm gonna start a new Tumblr.
Oh shit!
Superman crossing his legs.
Yeah, you could put it next to the one of superheroes eating.
Oh yeah, that'll be the Superman crossing his legs Friday. Here we go. special event.
You know that's gonna do it for somebody.
Phantom Stranger is like, man. So I know you got a spell on you. I don't know who casted it, but I feel like it's a spell that only affects a man with a guilty conscience, one weighed down by his failures. And Superman,
it's like, how dare you?
he's holding like a snow globe.
I don't know. Wait, is this a beaker or something? He's just like holding it. A jar of some sort. It's glass. Whatever it is, it's glass. Has nothing in it. And he just like smashes it.
He smashes it.
And then he becomes like a look-maxing gold.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Because he gets these like crazy like hollow cheeks and like the jaw. And you're just like, how many times did he hit himself in the face with a hammer to achieve that?
Are you here to bring Phantom Stranger? Are you here to bring me my magic hammer so I can facial max?
Phantom Stranger, did you find the kryptonite hammer I'm going to use to break my own cheekbones in hopes that they come back higher for some reason? It's so fucking stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't hit yourself in the face with a hammer.
Yeah, stop it. But Dr. Stranger, that guy, I can't keep on with Dr. Stranger.
Doctor Stranger.
I like Doctor Stranger.
That feels like a what if like Stan Lee crossover.
Also
thing.
sounds like a guy you don't want to meet.
No, remember when that was like Bruce Wayne, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Oh, yeah.
This would be like Doctor
Oh,
Stranger.
Amalgam?
Yeah, Amalgam.
Doctor Stranger.
Dr. Stranger from
Hey,
Amalgam Comics.
It's Dr. Druid and Phantom Stranger. Dr. Stranger. Watch out.
Would you like? Do you want me to give you a stranger?
Hey, how about you sit on my hand for a while? So he disappears, and Phantom Stranger goes to some carnival, and there's a Madame Benita. She's some sort of psychic or whatever.
I don't think that this is a well-known character. I feel
it's just a random chick.
Yeah, it's just some rando.
Random chick, a random woman, and she is doing some sort of spell that she casts a spell on Superman, but she needs. And Phantom Stranger shows up and is like, "So you're doing this, but like, who's binding this? Like, what's the deal? Like, what's going on?" And she,
I don't even know if she knows, to be honest with you.
She doesn't really know, but she was. I don't know what she was promised exactly.
Sure,
I don't know if I
stuff
recall that. But she manages to get a handful of Superman's hair, which we will find out later.
We will find out how.
And it finishes off the spell, and Phantom Stranger's like, "What the hell did you do, lady?"
Yeah,
it's like, "Why'd you do it?" And then out of nowhere,
like, you've damned yourself.
Yes, you have damned yourself.
That's what he says.
And this is when Tala shows up.
Yes, and it's funny because she like rises up out of this like, I don't know, cauldron or something, and she has these like little fire devil guys,
boys.
And they're also, one of them's holding like a little.
He's holding the lock of hair.
No, he's holding like a magic ball, like a crystal ball.
Yeah, but I think that's got the hair.
Oh, does it have the hair in it?
I think it's the hair.
Oh, I am here to steal the souls of Pete Ross and Superman.
I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
What do you think of Tala's earrings?
That they glow.
Do they
all
glow
weird?
and kind of just hover by her ears?
They make me think of Jem.
Okay.
You know, because Jerica would always touch her earrings, then they would glow, and that's how she became Jem, right? Okay. That's how she would talk to Synergy or whatever. So that is what that makes me think of.
Right. So yeah, but she wants Superman's soul,
and
this is how she's doing it.
Yep.
And then we go back to the Superman's fortress, and he is walking through his Hall of Failures.
Okay. We need to talk about this because we have seen over the years that Superman collects and keeps some of the weirdest shit. Like, he had a whole room devoted to Lois at that one time. Did you ever read that one?
No, but I believe it.
There was a whole room devoted to Lois, and he had like mannequins that looked like her with her clothes on. And then he has like all these weird like halls of whatever, but this is his Hall of Failures, where apparently he has built a replica of when his parents died, Ma and Pa Kent. So he like has there's a dummy him as a boy standing beside a bed that has two mannequins on it that are done up like his fucking adoptive parents.
Did they both die at the same time?
Apparently.
I don't remember that.
I don't have any idea.
They both laid down and just conked out.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they got poisoned.
And Superman dressed like he was going to like his communion because he's wearing a short sleeve shirt with a tie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's doing a Sibowitz.
Yes, he is. But I'm just like, why would you read that? Would be, you know what that's like? That's like if like.
Sorry.
If Batman was like, I gotta have these dummies like just laying in the Batcave and just pearls laying on the floor so I could walk by and be like, yep, that's what my dead parents looked like. Like, that's really fucked up. What is happening here?
Oh no, better not slip on the pearls.
Alfred, be careful.
Oh no, sir, I was bringing you your lobster thermidor and I slipped on your memorial pearls.
Your memorial pearls.
I'll get to more. Don't worry.
He even like literally took like the light post they died under. He like actually took
the whole crime area. Crime alley.
He cut out that piece of pavement.
Yeah, he sure did.
And moved it back to the Batcave.
The pavement is still saturated with his parents' blood. He's got it.
Yeah, I do find that this, and I think maybe this is just like a holdover from early comics, but this idea that all of them seem to collect things, these trophies, and display them in the ways that they do.
Yeah, I would say that this was a DC thing, but Marvel, the Avengers kind of do that too. Like there's a
Yeah, they have like don't they have like a place where it's like all the weapons they can?
they have weapons, but they also have at one point the I remember there's the hero, or not the hero, the one guy character, Porcupine.
Mm-hmm.
He dies because he trips on and falls on something.
Well, didn't we deal with him? Wasn't he naked?
No.
Wasn't that him? Was it not?
Naked?
Yeah, he was like, it was like in an X-Men thing, and he was like being held somewhere, and he was like nude, and he was like running.
No.
Okay,
I don't know.
It was another guy who had like really spiny, weird hair.
No, this is like a suit that he was wearing.
Oh,
and
okay,
like something happened where he fell and landed on something sharp.
Oh,
it wasn't his suit.
It wasn't his suit. R.I.P.
And he died, and Captain America was like, "Hey, man, I'll avenge you." And so they took his armor and they put it in a case, and it says "Honored Foe of the Avengers."
Oh.
The Porcupine.
Oh, okay. Who am I thinking of with all that hair?
A good question, actually.
We did it, and it was his ass was showing, and he was like,
that was Alpha Flight.
Oh, was it Alpha Flight? Okay.
That was that one. That was a Wire or whatever.
Wire, that's it. Because he
didn't
had
fall on something.
No, but he has like spiny.
Yeah, but
weird.
That's not the same guy.
I know it's not the same guy, but I was like, isn't that the same guy? But apparently not, because they both have weird spiny quill things.
It's true. But also in the Hall of Failure, I don't know. I'm assuming this is some sort of painting or drawing, or maybe it's also a physical thing.
Yeah, sure.
Krypton exploding.
Poor Krypton is what he says.
Poor Krypton. And
then there's just a statue, a huge statue. This thing is like 11 feet tall. This is of Pete Ross.
Is it Pete Ross or John Ross? I think it's Pete.
Yeah, I think it's Pete because it looks like an adult.
But also, I just realized this. Superman does that famous photo from The Rock here. He's just kind of leaning on a.
He is. Yeah, he just needs like the gold chain.
Yeah. This is
nice.
This is it. Yeah, he needs to put a little doily down so he doesn't get his arm dirty. I just cleaned. I better put my arm down.
I do have a question. Did The Rock realize how hilarious that was at the time, or was this just how things were done?
That's just how things were done.
Nice.
It was the 90s, dude.
Nice.
He was probably like, hey, Dwayne, do this. And he's like, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
He's like, all right, I'll this is fine.
Okay.
So he's explaining what we just explained about Pete and Jonathan Ross. And he's like, last I heard, he was still in an asylum since he first tried to get revenge on me with super science.
That's what I wonder if I'm referring to. It doesn't say in here if the super science was him switching bodies with Superboy.
Right. Well,
maybe.
And he's like, well, I told Pete, because Pete somehow found out who Superman was.
Yeah. Oh,
DC Comics 13. So this is not too far before this.
The picture of him ripping open Superman's shirt.
Oh yeah.
Is insane.
Even knocks his glasses off.
He's just like
quite the aggressive.
He's like, we're gonna get you naked, and he just rips this man's fucking shirt.
Let's take a look.
Wide open.
And I would save his son from interstellar kidnappers, but then the Legion was like, no,
you can't.
And so he's thinking about all this, and then all of a sudden, now we're in the Daily Planet.
Oh yeah.
And Lois is sitting.
What is he? Is this a knife that he is?
It's a letter opener.
Is that what that is?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Because it beds itself at his desk.
Yeah, because he's Superman. It just kind of.
I thought he just dropped it.
I don't know. Maybe he dropped it really hard.
Yeah, so apparently he's just.
I thought he was going to do the Bishop from Aliens.
I mean.
Hey, Lois, check this out.
But at the same time, even if he stabbed himself, he's not going to do anything.
Ow, that didn't hurt, Lois. Did you see that?
So Lois and her extremely pointy tits.
Oh, yeah, they're rocking here.
These are pointy. These are bullet boobs. Is talking to Clark about the mayor. Sure. And he is not paying attention. He is flipping his letter opener or something. And she's like, were you even listening to Clark? And he's like, no.
He's like, no, I got problems.
And she's like, Superman takes care of his problems. Why can't you be more like Superman? And then she like storms out.
She storms out. And then right at that moment, Lois is like, or Clark is like, say.
I could fix my problems. I could just go find that kid.
Yeah.
We get Tala and Phantom Stranger.
So she has, in these fiery pits, she is holding prisoner Phantom Stranger, this Madame Benita. And then there's one other dude here.
Yeah, I don't know who this dude is.
He's the guy.
He was the guy
that the fool whom Pete Ross bribed to take messages from his cell to the Madam.
Oh yes.
So he was the middleman to get for Pete being like, hey, it'd be great. Could you get that hair from the Superman museum
The fact that there's a Superman museum where this man put his fingernail clipping.
Fingernail clipping, which is fucking gross.
That's disgusting.
You gross dude.
Why would you want that in a museum?
I don't know.
I could understand, like, okay, here's his cape. Here's,
here's all these curios and things that he's had. Yeah.
The first robot he ever fought, whatever. Here's pictures of him doing crazy things. Here's a diorama of him saving the world. His fingernail clippings. That is disgusting.
Phantom Stranger's like, haha, whatever, bitch. I'm going to use my medallion to, like, jump out of here and fight you. And then she sends her little fiery guys after him.
Yeah.
And we get Phantom Stranger throwing a punch.
Pretty great.
Phantom Stranger throws a punch and they just go pop.
Yeah, which is pretty fun.
Which I like it when mystical guys are doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like when Doctor Fate will throw a punch. Because usually he's like doing things with his hands. He's doing
he's doing magic.
Doing magic, but sometimes you gotta throw a punch.
Sometimes you just
Phantom Stranger is just like, hey, I'm gonna throw a punch.
Yeah, which is pretty fun.
And it works. And now we get this fight between Tala and Phantom Stranger, and he's like, no more to be said, and she goes, just one thing, my love, die. And it is a primal battle.
Is she just calling him my love, or do they have like some sort of weird history where they used to?
I don't know. Maybe she might have hung out with him in the bathroom.
Maybe.
So Superman flies through space, and this is where he finds these ships that are outside of this planet,
and
that
of course, robot ships.
Well, the robot ships, and
so what does Superman hate?
Oh, he can't stand them.
Robots. So it is time for him to literally just bust them up and like make debris rain down upon this planet.
Yeah, because that way they won't know he's coming down or something.
Right, they won't, like the radar won't pick him up or something, basically.
Yeah. And so
he's like
trying to find.
He's not in the building I last saw him in. I'm like, what? Did you think he was just going to sit there?
It's like, wait a minute, he didn't stay.
I don't know, years? I have no idea how long it's been.
He's not in prison.
This kid's just hanging out in one building.
How dare you leave?
So he's like, oh wait, I know. I'll find his heartbeat because it's the only human heartbeat.
Yeah.
So this is hilarious. This is so funny. Because no one mentions it. Nothing is said about this. So he's like, oh my God, I found him. And he's at like a shooting range, I guess, trying to like fulfill his destiny or whatever. So Superman flies over and he scares the shit out of this kid who drops his laser blaster and it shoots Superman in the chest and no one says a fucking word about it.
He doesn't even say,
sorry.
The kid doesn't even say, oh shit, I'm sorry. Dude, I'm sorry. I shot a dude.
And Superman's not even like, oh, it doesn't matter. Right?
He's like, hey, all right.
No, he's smiling and waving and getting shot in the chest and nothing ever comes of it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And so Superman is like, you're supposed to be here forever. And the whole time, too, it's also weird because Superman's just like snuggling this kid.
Oh, yeah. He gets real close. Like his face gets so close to this kid's face. You're like, stop it.
Yeah, don't.
That's like super uncomfortable.
It's really, well, it's just so funny because he's cradling this kid and he's like, hey, look.
He grabs him around the waist like he is going to grab a lover. Like he's just like, ha!
So Jonathan Ross is there and he's like, oh man, I thought I was fated to stay here because the Legionnaires showed up and told me that I was going to be some like big general or something. And he's like, I didn't believe him. And Superman's like, yeah, sometimes kids are smarter than grown-ups.
The reason I'm going to give for saving him is because, one, it's the right thing to do, but two, because no kid should grow up on an orphan on a faraway planet, because that's what happened to me. But the real reason he's doing this is because somebody cast a spell on him. And he doesn't want to have weird pains that make him have O-face. In the middle,
I don't want to see my O face.
Like, what if
I don't want to see my bitter beer face.
What happens if that happens in the middle of the fucking newsroom? How are you going to explain that?
What if I'm on TV I just go,
oh, just basically, it's like I jizzed in my pants. He's that fucking video now. Like, that's what's happening. It's just, yeah, that's basically what it looks like.
And so, to get off planet, Superman is like, hey, look.
I compressed a spacesuit?
I understand compressing a suit, but he compressed the helmet too.
Yeah.
So how did you fit a child-size helmet and spacesuit in your cape? Your cape is not, it's That cape could do everything.
Apparently. It's like that Doctor Strange cape. It should be sentient at this point.
It might as well be.
Yeah.
But
so he's like, here you go. Wear this spacesuit as I carry you through space.
I would have loved it if Superman was just so excited to get the kid off Earth, he just flies off into the atmosphere and the kid explodes.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And he's like, fuck!
He's like, God damn it, I was really trying to do something here.
It's like, oh, Lois. And then it ends with him just sitting at his desk at the Daily Planet just covered in kid blood. And Lois is just like, Clark, what's going on?
I got a problem. And then he makes this O face, and she's like, you know what? We're never going to get married.
You know what? I'm asking for a transfer.
I'm going to go hang out with what's his face, the sports guy. What's his name?
Steve Lombard.
Yeah, I'm going to go hang out with Steve Lombard.
Yeah, Steve Lombard's the new hero, the new
because
guy.
You know what, Steve Lombard's kind of a weird dick, but you know what Steve Lombard doesn't do? Randomly come in his pants when I'm talking to him.
He's also not covered in child blood.
Probably a bigger issue than the coming in the pants.
He also doesn't play with his letter opener like a maniac.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't get the feeling he might stab me at any moment with his letter opener. Yeah. Clark does have this sort of gonna snap and murder everybody air about him in some of these books.
He does. No, there's definitely. Well, I mean, geez, when Phantom Stranger was like, "Hey, man, you're being cursed because you fucked up," and he's like, "Shut up."
Yeah. Well, no, just Clark Kent in general has that
oh yeah,
coworker who's gonna has a grievance energy. You're like, that's probably bad.
Tala's.
Yeah, she's like, I get the soul, haha, I win, and he's like, don't you hear? Something.
Listen to the wind.
Listen to the wind. And she's like, there is no wind. He's like, but you're not hearing the wind from space.
Yeah, space wind. And after we get this cool shot of him kind of just getting energized. He's powering up like a Super Saiyan or something.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
And this is when Pete Ross continuing to rip up all the posters. And there is so much paper in
This
here.
is what I mean. They didn't even clean it. They just let this man fucking sleep in this nest of paper like he's a gerbil.
I think they just stuck him in a room.
That's what I mean. They are treating him like a gerbil. I am assuming he has a nest somewhere. It's that weird fucking X-Files where that guy.
In there.
It has to be because it's that weird X-Files where that guy makes a nest, Eugene Victor Toombs, out of newspaper. That's what this is.
But Jonathan Ross shows up and he's like, Dad, I'm alive. And he's like, yay.
He's like, maybe I should not sleep in the paper anymore.
And he's like, and basically he gets better.
Well, and then him and Superman and his kid just sit in the paper together.
They sit in paper and they're doing a seance or something here. I don't even know what the end of this is supposed to be.
I don't know what they're doing.
Because they're not just standing there looking at each other talking. They're just they're literally sitting Indian style, holding each other's hands.
Yeah.
They're talking, doing some sort of mystic ritual or something.
Yeah, I don't know. This is
and Phantom Stranger's
it's the worst day of summer camp. Where you have to sit in a fucking... Everybody's like, crisscross applesauce. You got to sit in the fucking circle. And then you do, and you have to hold each other's hands and I don't know, tell them a story of how you care about them. I don't know what summer camp does. I'm assuming that happens.
Yeah. And but Phantom Stranger defeats Tala, and he breaks the hold over those two other people, and she pieces out. He's like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go and cast my shadow over this weird powwow these idiots are having. And then we end up with Clark visiting Lois in her office.
Yeah.
And he's
she's good. Her typewriter is cool though. I have to say, she's got a cool, the way they drew. She's sitting at her desk and there's a typewriter in front of her. And he's like, hi, Lois, can I come in? And she's like, oh, hi, Clark. Sure. Did you want to hear about the mayor? And he's like, no. And she's like, well, what can I do for you? And he's like, I brought you a flower.
She's like, hey, thanks for the pep talk. Here's a flower I bought for some guy off the street.
Yeah. And she's like, a rose? And he's like, bye. And he just leaves.
Yep. Pieces out. Yeah,
ask her to dinner, you fool.
Yeah, just go out for, do something.
Get a drink. Do something.
And that's it for the Superman story. Next month, it's Superman and Green Lantern between friend and foe. Plus whatever happened to Sargon the Sorcerer. And an extra super special 16-page giveaway introducing the new Teen Titans. It was actually kind of a big deal because the new Teen Titans, I think it might be the first appearance of Cyborg and Raven and all that.
Nice.
Or Starfire. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
So, but that is not here. That is we got this trash.
Yeah.
So that's how that ends. And then yes, we are here with Hourman. Whatever happened to Hourman? Bob Rozakis, writer. Charles Nicholas, penciler. Joe Giella, inker. Ben Oda, letterer. Jerry Serpa, colorist. Julia Schwartz, editor. Just catching up with Rex Tyler, the chemist who invented the Miraculo Miracle, but with an O. Miracle.
Sure.
Cool.
Sure.
Which gives him strength for 1 hour and the giant.
This is such a
strength of a giant, leaping ability of a super athlete, and body insensible to harm.
This is always such a weird concept for me.
What, taking a pill and being like,
no, just only having powers for an hour.
I mean, it makes for interesting, it could make for interesting things, but
it could.
But at the same time, like, it's kind of lame. I don't know, it's kind of lame.
It is kind of lame.
And also, this is something they touch upon like later on in, with the character.
Well,
that he gets addicted to this shit.
Right. And we did read a book where his son
was having that issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Rex Tyler, sitting in his office because he's the head of Tyler Chemicals, who creates this stuff.
He's an older man. He has, white at the temples.
Right, because he's used to be in the JSA, but those years have passed.
Yep.
And he is sitting in his office reading the mail because he's like, hey, if people are going to write letters to the president of the company, I should read them.
Mm-hmm.
So
sure,
there you go. And he gets a letter that says, haha, we're going to fuck up your business.
So many things depend on the mail arriving on time. Because what if that letter got lost?
Yeah, what if that letter... I mean, well, shit, that's what happened with in Bivis with the fucking checks that were being returned.
No, that was just some fucking office assistant not telling Bruce...
Dennis!
That was Dennis, but not telling Bruce the thing he should have been telling him.
Wait, I didn't get those checks back that said, fuck you, Bruce Wayne on them?
You would assume whoever opens Bruce Wayne's mail might have been like, this is like there was a stack of them. There had to be like 50.
So many.
And no one ever mentioned it. It wasn't like, oh, I totally forgot and it fell behind my desk. It is a stack. Like, you need a folder for these.
It was probably a situation where that person went on vacation and just people kept on going vacation, kept on forgetting to do it. And it was like, we'll get it back when we get back from vacation.
We never really did address, like, maybe Bruce Wayne fires his assistants constantly. Maybe it's like Murphy Brown, where he just has a new assistant, like, every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it could be, because he might just be very difficult to work for.
Dennis! Rex calls the police, and he's like, and the police are like, hey, we can't do anything until something actually happens. Also, budget cuts and everything. And he's like, fuck it. I'm going to go. He gets cut off. The phone gets cut off, and Rex is like, all right, I'm going to go into my secret vault,
where I have my suit.
I have my suit and my pill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
I only have one dose left.
Yep.
That's what he says. So I'm going to take my pill, and I'm going to go do some superhero.
He takes the pill, and it's at 8:27.
Yes. What's really funny is like all of these memories come flooding back, and there's this picture of Dr. Fate, who I'm assuming is trying to kick this guy, but it looks like
he's falling down.
Looked like he slipped on a banana peel.
He sure did.
And he is falling down, which is hilarious. And it's only beaten by a picture later of Hourman hitting a guy with his head.
Right. But also I want to point out too here, there's this whole chaotic scene. So you have Hourman punching a dude, Sandman flipping a dude, Dr. Fate drop kicking a dude, and you have the Flash grabbing a guy, you have Captain Green Lantern and Hawkman stopping a car from hitting a woman with her baby.
All at the same time.
All at the same time. This is happening at the same time.
Yeah, that's a lot, guys.
But so our man goes to his building where they're making his pill or something, whatever. It's some building on his campus, and he's like, "Oh, okay." So clearly somebody's the chemical laboratory.
Yeah,
and he walks in, and there's a bunch of youngins about to mess up this laboratory. Kind of reminds me of Homer's mom.
Yeah,
going to blow up the
Mr. Burns'. Yes.
The first thing that happens is when he walks in, because our man's like, haha, I'm here to stop you. And some woman throws a trash can at him, to which he knocks away and it goes, Wang. Wang. And he's like, look, I'm not going to hit a woman. Hourman's like that. And then the I think one of the lead guys is like, yeah, well, I'm going to hit you with a chair.
Nice.
Fuck off.
Nice.
And this is kind of when he realizes, like, oh, that pill must not have been that good because, normally I would be okay.
It's expired.
It's expired. It's like 20 years old.
Yeah, right.
So I'm feeling it. And and then now he started his rampage at 8:27.
His rampage.
And
I thought he was super. I didn't think he was on a rampage.
Oh, well, it's roid. Basically, it's roid rage.
Kind of.
That's kind of what he's doing. His heroic rampage. And it's 8:27, and he gets knocked out around 8:39.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to have a full hour. But then, he's knocked out, and we don't know. He doesn't come to until we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know what time it is. And he's like,
there's just question marks at the bottom where the time should be.
Yeah, it's
Which
just
is
question
funny.
marks, and his hourglass, which he also uses on his chest, has been jostled, so he doesn't know if it's like legit.
Right.
So apparently, whoever these people dumped his body outside and continued their sabotage, and they're about to finish blowing stuff up. But this is when, yes, Hourman uses his head.
It is so funny to hit this guy in the chest. It is a flying headbutt.
Yeah, he just basically spears this guy,
and it's amazing.
And because this guy's like, I'm not gonna hit a woman, but I'm gonna hit you, and you're gonna hit a woman,
right,
with your body,
right.
And then Hourman punches a dude, and then he goes and finds the bomb, and he stops the bomb.
Yeah, he just rips the clock off.
He just rips the clock off, and he's like, haha, fuck off.
And then he's like, oh my gosh, it's 18 minutes past when the pill stopped working.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just where we leave it.
Also the villain he hits cries.
Oh, good.
He's like, haha, those guys aren't as tough anymore.
Yeah, those guys are crying.
And oh yeah, by the way, it was my old man strength that stopped these guys.
I am amazing.
I used my old man headbutt to
I almost broke my neck.
I almost broke my old man neck. And that's how that ends. That's how we finish up this DC Comics presents Superman and the Phantom Stranger, number 25 from September 1980. We have finally stopped the train to Stupid Town,
which is a shame. I really do enjoy a good visit to Stupid Town.
Yeah, we're already here, so we're gonna hang out here for a while. And then head back.
It's what we do.
But that's gonna do it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. Find us on our Instagrams, our socials, whatever, at Angry Hero Shawn, at Jen Stansfield. Please rate and review the podcast anywhere you get it. Again, check us out on TV Guidance Counselor. Check us out over there. On Ken's show. It's awesome. You should check out all the other episodes of his show because he's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Check that out. And email the show at worstcollectionever@gmail.com. So once again, folks, thanks for listening. Talk to you again next time.
Bye.